Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Hall of Fame show right here on this gorgeous day here in Hollywood, California, and growing really fast. You know, right here next to me is another Hollywood well-known, I should say, media celebrity that we're looking forward to joining the World Center Broadcast Media. And that's Sherrod. How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fine. Well, before I get started, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing in this industry of media here in Hollywood.
Well, I appreciate it, Bruce. First, I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Great studio. Great day to be out here in Hollywood, California. A little bit about me. You know, I've been in the fashion industry since 1997. Been modeling all over the world, doing a lot of different spreads with magazines. I own my own modeling agency and had written a couple books. And after a long journey of doing just that, I decided to put all that into a television show. So I started my own television show about fashion, entertainment, and music, kind of my adventures and misadventures about the industry and being able to help people to avoid some of the same mistakes I made.
What's some of the biggest things you found in your taping of your show experience? You found out one or two key things that's unique about making you take on that challenge of interviewing these stars and people?
Well, it's interesting because when you just you come up with an idea to do a show, and then you want to run with it, but it takes a long time for people to kind of believe in your dream. So there's a lot of dark days and lonely nights where it's sometimes you question your dream. Yeah. But my thing is, I stayed persevering and I stayed persistent with it, and I really just enjoyed the ride. You know, it initially started off in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then from there on, it took off to Atlanta, then it took off to New York, then it landed me up here in Los Angeles.
Man, what a great journey that's been. And all those places that you talked about are high-end. When I say high-end, they're very productive, competitive. What made you stand out and still to this day can take pride in knowing what you created with the Sherrod Show?
I think a niche. I think that as an interviewer, I just really enjoy hearing people's stories. You know, a lot of times people just interview just to hear themselves talk, or just to be able to get through a segment. But I just really want to get the meat of the story. You know, I want to get down to how they really were. You know, they were homeless and how they just really were able to stick by it, and then all of a sudden, get to where they are. And people feel that when you're talking to them, and that's, I think, is my niche. I just love being genuinely interested in what people have to say.
You know what? I'm going to ask you another question about what some good things you see with the World Center Broadcast Media, WCOBM. But first, I want to tell everybody, our international crowd, we got great shows. And, of course, my partner and has a dynamite show here on our network, East Meets West. Watch this. Okay, and right here, everybody, we're on a quick segment of the Hall of Fame show. And, of course, don't forget, we got this international audience, and thank you all so much. And we are now reaching, and again, I tell everybody, we're reaching 7 million and growing. And, Sherrod, I tell you what, man, I am glad that you're here. In next segment coming up, we're going to talk with some of the many people that already know of you. But your opinion about social media, where TV meets network, and WCOBM, which is one of the only one in the world at this moment that's a network on the internet anywhere. Mm-hmm. What do you think about joining us?
Well, I think it's first of all, it's an honor. It's an honor to be able to be invited to see all of the great things that you're doing. I mean, with the network, as soon as I walked in, I just was glued to the screen as I was watching the interview. I thought I was in a CNN studio or ESPN or so.
That's a compliment coming from a professional in your business. We appreciate that.
It was quite phenomenal.
Owners are looking at that, too.
It was quite phenomenal seeing that. And then just being able to feel the warmthness here and the beautiful location right here in Hollywood and Vine. So I was very enchanted by that. And so, I've been with many networks. And a lot
That's
of things,
what I know.
And a lot of them, they had their niche, but for this, this feels like home already, and I haven't even done my first show. So I really appreciate that. I just see big things. My mind is racing because, I'm a perfectionist, and I just love doing what I do, and I feel that I have a message. I have something to say about what I do and my experiences, and I just want to get it out there in a proper outlet.
Fantastic. Well, both of us been in the industry and everything, and we're kind of coming on at a great time. Debut, a lot of history been made. Have to acknowledge to the world out there. For myself and being a Hall of Famer, I always talk to people doing things and have guests on here that are doing things. And it's been an honor to even know that we lived to see the day that it finally ended when, we had our own African-American president, had served 7 terms and ended. And I know in your years of going around interviewing people had different opinions. So I look forward to a dynamite experience with you on WCOBM, the World Center Broadcast Media in Hollywood, man.
Likewise, and I appreciate just the family atmosphere here and just being able to see the great things that you're doing, as well as the fact that social media meets TV. That in itself just is quite phenomenal because, we live in a genre in a world now where people really don't have time to sit in front of a tube, so they want to see things quick. And if you just hit them with something quick, it's going to captivate them. I'm one of them too. I don't have time to really sit in front of the big box unless I'm playing my video games.
But you'll find out that they can look at this anywhere, and he's telling you the truth. If you have access to a PC and if you're at home, it automatically starts running. Every phone on the planet is capable of getting this, and laptop and smartphone. We're going to take a break. When we come back on the Hall of Fame, he has some guests. We're going to see how he rocks as himself as a whole. Sherrod. We'll be right back on the World Center Broadcast Media. This is the Commander.